In this video, I want to discuss carb cycling, what it is, how to do it, and all the things. So carb cycling is a technique I feel is very helpful for women, especially women 40 and up. And it's a strategy that you go from low carb days to higher carb days. And it is really beneficial for boosting your metabolism, for boosting your fat loss efficiency, and also to shake things up to where you don't get stuck in a rut. You don't get to a place where your body is just dragging and you're going low carb for so long that you hit that plateau. And it has been the case with a lot of women I've worked with. They do feel good, lower carb. Initially, it's helpful for them. And so because of that, they stretch it out over weeks, and then weeks turn into months and months turn into years. And then they start really feeling depleted. They're not able to build the muscle mass they want to. They really don't have the oomph in them to really focus on all the things day to day that they need to. So little by little, they just don't feel their best self. And they're really kind of, sick of doing low carb, but they're terrified to bump up their carbs. So in this way, with this strategy, it's going to allow you to really get out of that plateau mode, to really shake things up, to bump up the metabolism. And you view the high carb days as boosting, and then the low carb days as burning. So we really want to supply our body with what it needs on the specific days that it needs. And so very similar to the information I've given you before about carbohydrates, it's best to have your higher carb days. On those days, you are way more active, you are burning more calories, you are go, 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 whether that's the day you're doing yard work and you're out there for hours pulling weeds and digging and doing all the things, or it's your leg day, or it's your HIIT day. Remember, our body, when we do higher intensity, is going to use carbs for fuel. So if we are very strategic about how we're doing our higher carb days, and we're doing it with alignment of the intensity of our workouts, it's going to all come together. It's going to be a synergistic, beautiful strategy that's going to allow you to feel your best self and also reach your goals. Okay. So now, how do we do this? What are the specifics in terms of how many days, how much carbs, all of that? You will have, if you are in the one group, you will have access to the full PDF of the breakdown of how to do all the things. Now, if you are in the membership option, you are going to get some information, but what I want you to remember is that if you are a female 40 plus, which you probably are, then your body does not need to be going super high with carbs, even when carb cycling. So what I am saying, a roundabout range for your lower carb days should be, and again, we're talking net carbs. This is when we have the total carbs, we subtract the fiber, we're left with net carbs. For the lower carb days, you can keep your carbs anywhere under, I would say, about 70 net carbs. The lower you can get for those lower carb days, that's going to allow you to go that much higher on your higher carb days. But if you're more like 70, 80 net carbs for, most days, and then you have one or two higher carb days, then you don't want to go up to 250 net carbs because that's going to be way too high. But if you do have the ability and desire to go extra low on some of those days and go down to, let's say, 40 net carbs. And again, that's plus your fiber. So then that would be a total of, maybe 65, 75 actual carbs in a day, which is low, but a lot of women do end up thriving and feeling great with that. Then if you have some days each month sprinkled into the mix and you're up in the 200s, it's not going to be so bad. So again, there's a method to the madness, and check the guide for more information. But I do suggest only doing 1 day per week, no more than 2. Of the higher carb days. And again, we're not talking 300 grams of carbs. We're talking more, okay, we've got the low end days being anywhere from 40 net carbs to 70 net carbs, and then the 1 to 2 times per week when we really want to bump up those carbs, our net carbs are about 150 at most. That would be my suggestion for you, and you don't even have to go that high. But I really do think that keeping the majority of days lower carb and then boosting with the higher carb days, a few days sprinkled in here and there, only on those higher intensity exercise days will be super beneficial. So we'll see you in the next video.